We are setting up our table tonight to get kind of an idea of how we're going to do our setup at the Wickliffe Mounds. And so I'll just show you a little bit of that in case I don't have a lot of time on Saturday. We've got our bow and arrows that Lee made, and this is a goes on your sleeve to protect your arm, wrist guard. And then here's the arrowheads he's made. We're going to sell those. We're not going to sell the bow and arrows unless somebody really wants to pay a good price. We are going to sell all the arrowheads. Then he's got some other different crafts he's made. He made a pipe out of soapstone, a face necklace effigy he made out of clay, and he dug the clay in our creek, and he beaded a rosette for a hairpiece. It had feathers hanging off of it, but that has gotten broke off, so we just cut that off, and he may fix that later, but it could still be used as a pin or remade for a hairpiece or whatever. But it's still nice. We're just displaying some of that stuff. Here's a choker he made. And a fan. This is like a ceremonial fan, and he done the beadwork on that also. It's got the things down at the bottom, the fringe at the bottom, and that's a ceremonial fan. And then he made a little purse. He's got the kind of a rawhide, braided rawhide handle. And it's got fringe as well, and that's made out of a rabbit fur. And it's a little purse. That is some of the handiwork, craft work that Lee has done over the years. He made a needle out of bone, a bone needle. We have actually seen a lot of those now Lee made this one, but we have actually seen where people have found those. But Lee made that one. And this is a knife he made. Very similar to the one he made for Danny at Deep South Homestead. We're going to sell that. The rest is not going to be for sale. I need to put this over here because that's not going to be for sale. The only thing we're selling is the arrowheads and the knife. The rest of it is just for display and for him to explain how he made it. He's going to do a demonstration and kind of talk about how he made each thing. But if someone really wanted to buy a piece, we would just have to kind of consider a price and have them make an offer and maybe consider selling some of that. But for now, and if somebody lived local and wanted him to make them one, that wouldn't be a problem. He could make these again, but these are some he has made over the years for me, and that's my bow and arrows that he made for me. So I'm not real sure I want to part with those, but he could probably make replicas. And we plan on doing an Etsy store someday soon. And I have talked about doing my mom's Granny Walton's cookbook and selling it on an Etsy store. And when we do, he will probably make some things like this and sell on there too. I mean, I know we will. I just don't know what all he'll be offering and what prices they'll be, because some of this is kind of hard to make, especially with beadwork. You know, that's a little pricey because that takes a lot of time. This took a long time. The soapstone pipe effigy, that took a long time, and you know, this had to be fired. He made that for me for a necklace, and I wore it for a little bit, but I don't like wearing necklaces. Necklaces pinch the back of my neck. But he's made me a lot of things over the years. A lot of these were for birthdays and anniversaries. I would get something every year for a long time. I would get something different for an anniversary or birthday, and Then, you know, I got a lot of arrowheads that he made for different occasions. And finally one day I was like, honey, let's do something different, you know. But I appreciate every one of them. Okay, and I'm going to sell some homemade soaps too. I've got some homemade lye soaps with calendula in them. Actually, they've got calendula and tea tree oil. And I made a bunch of those up and put our name on them, you know, Stringfield Ridge Farm on there, and tied them up with twine. So I'm going to try to sell those. I'm thinking I'm going to put $3 a piece on them. And that's really kind of cheap, but we're just getting started and really just want to try things out. So we're putting $3 a piece on the soaps. And the arrowheads are different prices. They start at $10, $15, $20, and $25. And those prices are probably cheap, but we're just starting out, and you know, we're just kind of feeling our way around, and this is our first event to go to, so we're just not real sure prices and things, and we just want to make sure it goes well. So the knife, I think he was going to ask $45 for the knife. So that's a whole lot more time and trouble. It's got the rawhide handle on it. It's a deer antler handle, but then it's got like a rawhide piece here for a grip. It's really a nice one. And he has made some other ones, kind of cheaper ones over the years. I'm going to show a couple of those, but he don't want to take those because they're kind of cheaper made and stuff like that. So let me show that. So here's a couple of them we're not taking. Here's a little cheap one he made. It's just made with a wood handle. It's just wood and got sinew tied around it. And he don't want to take that. He thinks that's kind of cheap looking and he won't take it. And then he made this one. Now this is it's a deer antler and it's a really nice one, but he don't want to take it. It's not finished. It doesn't have the sinew wrapped around it, but he won't take it because he got this obsidian. The obsidian that he made this arrowhead out of came from a very dear friend of his that's dead now, that had passed away in an accident, and so he won't never part with that. And he has never finished it even. He's got a wrap sinew around this area, but that's a really nice one that he won't part with because his friend gave him the obsidian that made that one. So these two are not going, but I just wanted to give you a little look at what we're taking for our first demonstration at Wickliffe Mounds, and hopefully that will lead to a whole lot more demonstrations and setting up like this at places. And they wanted him to do the I didn't show that. They wanted him to do this. He tans deer hides. These are two that we've got on the table that he's tanned. He has showed those on videos. We have videos of him doing the deer hide tanning. That's one of them that he has showed. I think that this one is smoked with a different wood or something, and then this one isn't. But that's two of the deer hides he has tanned, and that's what they wanted him to come do. But he told him he didn't have a hide right now. He would have to save one and come another time. So this time we're just taking this stuff, and he's going to do flint knapping on the site. And then next year in the spring, maybe he will do another one and tan a hide there. So that's what we've got going on. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up and a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And if you're local or anywhere close to local, come see us at the Wickliffe Mounds in Wickliffe, Kentucky. And thank you for watching.